Favorite TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Man Unveiled right here at the center of Nairobi City. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. Always grateful to God for allowing us to have this conversation. We are talking to a man, the man that God created in his own image and likeness, a man that God so loved dearly. Say that God loves man because he created man in his likeness. So if you are seated next to a man, look at him and just see the image of God. We want to have this conversation tonight looking at why is it that there is so much desperation in men. I'm sure in your rural setting, in your urban setting, you have seen along our highways and byways a lot of men possibly sitting or standing having conversations. You have maybe seen on the streets a lot of boys, a lot of young and elderly men. You'll even walk along our streets here in the city and you'll see maybe a man aged 70 years, 60 years, holding 2 pencils and a power bank. And he is hawking. And you look at the stock that man is holding and you tell, definitely this is a desperate moment. This is a man possibly who have a family. Not trying to belittle in the business, but I'm saying when you see a man holding 2 pencils and a power bank, that tells you that that is where this man has found himself. It's a very interesting conversation. Continue writing to us. Right, we are live on Elevate TV. We are live on Facebook, on YouTube, and right on your screens. Kindly write to us and tell us what are the causes of desperation in men. If you are a lady there watching us and you are married, sometimes, what makes you feel like your man is desperate? Or what disturbs you when you look at your man? Have you ever found yourself in your man? Have you ever found yourself in a desperate moment? And what did you do? We are here to help each other, to educate each other. We say that it takes a man to get the best out of another man. I'm joined by my great guests, Pastor William Nyoro Wamae, all the way from UK. United Kenyatta Road. You know your road is Kenyatta Road, eh?
Yeah.
But it's Gatundu.
Yes.
Wow, great. Yes. How is Gatundu, sir?
Gatundu is good.
Yes, sir.
Some rain. We are glad for rain, but we are good.
All right.
The city is cool. Jesus is reigning.
Amen.
Yes, sir.
Look at this camera and say hi to us.
Yes.
Shout out to some of the people that are watching you. I know you have a huge following.
Yeah.
You are not a small man.
We thank God. Good evening, everyone. What a joy to see all of you. We are glad that you're watching, you've tuned in. My name is William Wamae, as Apostle has said, and I'm born again. I fellowship at Redeemed Gospel Church, Gatundu. A shout out to my family, Pastor Elizabeth, my son Judah, my daughter Peace, and my son Japheth. I celebrate our church, Liberty Center in Gatundu, and Ngenda Pastors Forum. I celebrate all my friends, my spiritual father, Apostle Gaia, Redeemed Gospel Church, Ruiru, and all my friends who are watching. We welcome you to the show. You are great people.
Wow, God bless you, sir. We missed you.
Yeah.
And when you are away, at least you can see where you are seated.
Yes. It's a joy to be back.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lovypaul.
Yes, sir.
Muchui.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Look at that camera. Say hi to the people.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Lovypaul. I'm a marriage therapist and a counselor from Thika. I've come all the way from Thika, and I'm glad to be in this show where we will articulate issues of men, and especially the desperation among men.
Wow.
Thank you. I want to say hi to my wife. I know she is somewhere watching me. I also want to say hi to my two beautiful kids, Zanita and Nevin, and all my friends, wherever you are, I know you are following this. Let us be in it, let us learn together, let us try to help and manage man.
Our desperation.
Yes.
Maybe you have some few, you must have some 2-3 men. If you don't mention them on TV, I am not sure you will go back to that estate. Please mention them, and maybe even your Everett, who is a good friend of mine.
Oh, yes. I want to say hi to my Canon Wanyoike. I also want to send shout out to Kagondu Jr., who is a very good friend of mine. I know you are watching this. And also I want to say hi to my brother.
Wow.
I know you are tuned.
He is in Nairobi or in Thika?
Somewhere in Thika.
All right.
Thika. Yeah.
All right. What is his name?
He is called Henry.
Henry, we shout out to you. Thank you. And all the, is it Muchui or Shege's family?
Shege's family.
Shege's family.
Yes.
Your son is here. God bless you. So we delve into this topic now.
Yes.
Pastor Wamae.
Yes, sir.
Why are men desperate?
Many reasons.
Yes. And have you come across, is our topic legitimate?
Do you even have to search?
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Desperation is not far from where we are.
All right.
So, first of all, a man has a lot of responsibilities. The buck stops to the man.
Yes, sir.
He's at the helm. Everyone looks up to the man. We are the people who are supposed to bring solutions. Naturally, the way God wired us, if my wife tells me something, she may not even think I've heard, but just the mention of it, my mind begins to think solutions. How do we solve that? Even when I don't say it. That's how we are wired. And so naturally, when you're trying things and they're not working, automatically you become desperate and you begin to feel you're losing it. Because naturally we are solution providers. So when times get tough and you're not able to provide solutions, it makes you feel desperate. You feel you're losing it, you're getting worn out. You've taken a loan because you have this big vision, you want to do a business, then the business is not doing well. Like this time things have really been tough for people. Business is not doing well, you have a loan to pay, the installments are there every month, the business is not doing well, the children need school fees. I mean, the demand is overwhelming. And so automatically, and sometimes, you know, naturally men, we want to brave ourselves strong. Yes. You want to appear strong, even when you are dying inside. And so the desperation is real. But that's one. The other thing is the lack of understanding from the people who surround us. Okay. Sometimes because of our own problems that we don't open up, so people do not know what we are going through. But even the people we live with, sometimes you may be going through issues, and before you say what you're going through, you first of all think the kind of reaction you get. You know, I borrowed money from so and so, and I've been unable to pay because I have a loan in the bank and the other loan in the circle has stalled.
Yeah.
And so the pressure just becomes too much, and you do not have anyone to talk to. So if you do not ease that pressure, automatically you find yourself in a desperate situation, and that's why we are having psychosomatic cases increasing every day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, sir.
Wow, wow, wow. Lovypaul.
Yes.
Maybe I would want to know, because in your I know you are a man with many hats.
True.
I know there at Empower Nest, I know you are doing empowerments. You are reaching out to men.
Yes.
You in your work as a therapist, you engage with so many families.
Yes.
And even at your place of work.
True, true.
And especially because of the land issues and all that.
Yes.
You are the structure that you are under at your place of work.
Yes, sir.
What other things do you think are putting a lot of pressure in men?
Yes, men, we are under pressure. And I want to try in several ways in which we find ourselves in pressure.
That pressure is?
One, it's personal issues.
Okay.
As we all know, we have different personalities.
Yes.
And through these different personalities, some men are not able to talk their issues out openly. So at a time, you find a man have an issue which is so personal, and according to his personal background, he's not able to articulate it so well. Therefore, he end up being hurt, he end up being in pain, and this, at the end of it all, after too much pressure from all this, he end up being desperate, and especially in life, or else in workplace. Also, the masculinity of a man.
Yes.
You know, men, we tend to take it to ourselves. We are strong, no matter what.
We were even told we are strong. As a young boy, you are not supposed to cry.
Yes. Yes. That has affected.
Jikaushe we ni mwanaume.
True. That has affected a lot of men out there. Because when you are in a situation and you are in dire need of help, back in your mind,
you should not seek help.
You realize, I'm a man. I was told I'm a man. I should not be vulnerable. So at the end of it all, you just die slowly inside, crash. Slowly. At the end of it all, you are gone.
Wow.
The third thing I would want to highlight is the economic issue.
Okay.
As Pastor Wamae have outlined, man has too much responsibility over his shoulders. We have been brought up in that a man is a provider.
Yes.
So everything which need to be provided, a man is looked up at. Therefore, even if you don't have the ability to provide that, to do it, at the end of it all, you have to push yourself. And again, men failures. So at the end of it all, everything a man will start doing or we intend to do, he has a back mind, I have to succeed in that. And when you find men not succeeding in what they are doing, at that point, they will start crashing inside in a manner that they will start feeling as if they are not.
The low esteem will go down.
Yes. I'm not worthy.
The ego is crushed.
The ego is crushed. The masculinity is crushed. He will end up being desperate.
Wow, Pastor Wamae, maybe because I know for you are able to interact with both. I think and that's why I found both of you a good combination, because from where you are, you have operated from a rural setting, and you are also in an urban setting. Do we have like similar cases of desperation? Like, are the things affecting the men in the rural setting the same as the things that are causing men be desperate in the urban setting? Is there a distinction?
No. The desperation is the same. First of all, let's agree that before the desperation is physical, it's first of all mental.
Okay.
It's just the way you view at things. There's somebody in the city who just stays there.
Yes.
They're not even finding a solution. They're not putting any effort. They just accept, I'm a failure.
True.
I count up for nothing. Same case with someone up country. They view themselves that way, and so the only thing they do is wake up, go and sit on the streets the whole day, or just chat with people and not do much. But the others who are out there, who also are doing farming, they're doing something productive with their lives.
Yes.
And the opportunities are everywhere, whether you're in the rural setup or in the urban setup. So let's agree that first of all, the challenge is mental. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't,
Yes.
you are right.
Yes.
It's really more an issue of how you think. The Bible says, as he thinketh,
So is he.
so is he. If you think you're a failure, you end up becoming a failure. There is nothing that does not have a solution. I mean, the founder of Kentucky Chicken, he realized he can do something with his life when he was 50 and above. And today, that's a brand that is known the whole world. So my honest opinion is, it's really not an issue of where you are. It's an issue of how you view yourself. If regardless of whatever situation you are in, if you take a lizard here and you take it to the US, it will still be a lizard. Yeah. And if you bring a crocodile from the US and bring it will still be a crocodile. The change of venue doesn't change who you are. So I think what men need to do is to realize, I mean, start bracing yourself, although I know we are coming there, but the desperation, to answer your question, is more an issue of how you view life and how you view yourself. In fact, as I think John Baylor said, number 1 is how you view God, and number 2 is how you view yourself, and number 3 is how you view life.
Okay.
Yes.
Those 3 aspects.
How you view God, how you view yourself, and how you view life. And they fall in that order because if you see God properly, you will see yourself correctly.
Yes.
And if you see yourself correctly, you will see life correctly.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Lovypaul,
Yes.
the issue of joblessness.
Yes.
I know sometimes in your operations, we had a conversation earlier and you told me a burden that you caught when you are just driving around. And there are men somewhere, you find some men sitting somewhere in the morning as you drive to work. And
Yes.
in the evening as you
Come back. Yeah, you
they are
find
still
them.
right there.
True.
Kukura story. What do you think is the problem at that point?
I think, one, it's about identity.
Okay.
If you, as a person, you would identify yourself, then with that identity, you will know your worth.
Okay.
You will know where to hang. You will choose the company to hang with.
Okay.
So at a time, even as men, despite being unemployed or we don't have the job opportunities, at a time we fix our mind so low. Because if Joe, I tend to be working with you, and every time when we sit, there's nothing of value.
Yeah. I'm not adding value to
You're not adding value to my life. With the time, if I keep hanging around around you, I'll find even what I had
It's gone. Yeah.
it's gone. So at a time, I also find men struggling in identity.
All right.
Because if you would know and value yourself, you would realize the purpose. Actually, the purpose for a man, you really need to know what is your purpose. And when you realize your purpose, you'll be able to pursue it.
Okay.
In our country currently, there's that issue of lack of employment. But that doesn't mean you be an idle mind.
You know, somebody might be thinking you are speaking like that because you have a job.
Yes.
What would you say to a certain person saying that you don't understand how joblessness, stings, and how do we get that mind shift?
Joe, let me put it in layman's language.
Yes.
Everyone went to school.
Yes.
You acquired basic skill.
Yes.
If not the professional way, you have those basic skills. With those basic skills, you can start from where you are.
Okay.
Start with what you have. It is not that you have to start so way high. You can start small and then grow. Grow gradually until you hit where you want. So the issue or the picture which I portrayed to you, it is so disturbing because like now, 8 in the morning, when I'm going to work, you will find young men sitting at the roadside. Surely they are doing nothing. They are just there. They are just there.
Politics.
Even you can't tell whether they are politics or whatever they are discussing, yeah. But you can, by the look of the picture, you can tell there's nothing of value.
There's no any progress discussion.
Yes, there's nothing of value. So at the end of the day, both of them, they are adding no value to each other. And when you ask them, they will hang around. There's no employment. There's nothing. There's no job to do. So at the end of it all, as a man, and the society expect you to be that man, then how will you manage it? how do you manage it?
Pastor Wamae,
Yes.
joblessness. How do you go about it?
Yeah, thank you.
Because I know in your office there's so many people who come, I have not paid rent, I'm jobless, I have not done this. How do you handle it? Because they're paying them rent, paying their
It's
rent
not a solution.
will happen once. But what about next month and next month but one?
Yeah. First of all, let me say this. Everybody, whether you went to school or you never went to school, everybody on this earth has a service they can give or a product they can sell.
All right.
Everyone.
Explain, sir.
And money will come from one of those two.
Okay.
A product you're selling or a service you're giving. I mean, there are guys who are shining shoes here in the city. They go home with a package for the family every day.
That's true.
Just shining shoes, just taking a brush. Everyone, there is a product you can sell or a service you can give. You just need to know how to monetize it. One lady was left by the husband and she was so poor. They were so poor and she didn't know what to do with 5 children. And in the midst of her desperation, she went to cry out to God. She was telling God, I didn't go to school, I don't know what to do. How do I take care of my children now that I'm a widow? And you know, the Lord told her, no, there's something you can do. Just find within yourself. She said, I only know how to cook for my children. The Lord told her, yes.
Cooking.
Cook.
Thank you.
Cook. So she started cooking. She ended up becoming a very wealthy lady, owning flats.
Wow.
Just by cooking. So I mean, nobody, as long as you have a mindset of, I'm good for nothing, my uncle never paid for my school fees.
Brain mentality.
As long as you're thinking that way, you will end up becoming nothing. But if everyone looks within themselves, everyone, God has ensured, everybody has a product they can sell or a service they can give.
They can give.
I think that's a bigger point, that everyone has a product to sell or a service to offer. I think it's good you pin that down there because someone need to hear this. You have a service to offer or a product to sell. I want to have this opportunity to invite you, if you are there feeling stranded, feeling lost, feeling good for nothing, to a program I do. I'm a trainer, remember. There's a program I do called Monetizing Your Passion. I help people identify their passion and monetize it. How do you make money? Professionally, I'm an accountant, and I think it's also good I say this. Professionally, I'm an accountant. But I don't practice accounts because I found my passion in public speaking. In public speaking, I realized that I can speak anything. You can speak nonsense and you receive a good beating. I also found out that if you make sense, people will pay.
Come on now.
In life, you are either a newsmaker or a noisemaker. If you are a newsmaker, you get a pay. If you are a noisemaker, you get a beating. So, Lovypaul,
yes.
Maybe before you go for a break,
True.
maybe you can share some few ideas
Yes.
of that desperate man who is watching us right now,
Yes.
of things possibly they can do, or around around life, or
Yes.
in our areas, whether urban setting or our local settings. What ideas can we explore?
Thank you. Yes, I think every person has what drives them.
Okay.
You can look to the passion you have.
Okay.
You know, passion pays.
Yes.
Passion pays. You can look at the talent you have.
Wow.
With this talent, you can employ yourself. You can know how to drive that, to grow it, and eventually monetize it. Passion will drive you even to greater heights,
Wow.
even to great heights. So therefore, me, I feel, at the end of it all of us, this what drives us.
We can locate that which we love doing.
Yes. And whatever you love doing, out of it, you can employ yourself, you can get something, and the issue of unemployment, which eventually has contributed to too much desperation in men, will be solved. Yes.
Can I say something
Yes,
before we go
yes,
for a
sir.
break?
Yes, sir.
There's also a problem with their upbringing. remember when we were growing up, even the songs that were sung, so many vijana ongeze pia bidii, mwisho wa kusoma tapata kazi mzuri. So from when we were children, we grew up knowing the reason why we are going to school is so that after school we go and get a job somewhere.
Yes.
But I really feel the way there's nobody who ever became a millionaire through unemployment.
Yes, true.
Unless you employ yourself. Not so. The real solution to unemployment is people have to start thinking, what is it that I can do with my passion, with my skills, with my talent? How can I? Because whatever company you work for, as long as you're working for a company, you are making the boss rich.
Yes.
Yes. They are using what you have to grow themselves. Yes. So the minute you can get employment to go and get skills, but develop a mindset. I'm going to have my own. If you're working in a hotel, have a mindset, I will own my hotel. If you are working in an accounting firm, I'm here to learn so that I will open my own accounting firm.
Yes.
If you're working in a media station, have your own mindset. I am here to learn so that one day I will own my own media house. That is the way to go. Yes.
Think large scale.
Think large scale.
Start small.
Yes. Grow big.
Wow. Wow. And I also like what you've said.
Yes.
About people finding their passion.
Yes.
You know, no one would think that speaking can pay.
True.
There are people who love speaking. There is a man watching us right now. In fact, you have lost so many friends because of your mouth. But do you know that mouth can be an asset?
Yes.
You can speak, you can be an MC.
Yes.
And people give these jobs just like, you go to a meeting and they're, wewe, fanya MC, and they don't pay you. Is a gift you have, but you look at it like a disadvantage. I want to tell you that one of your greatest weakness can be one of your greatest strengths.
Exactly.
I want us to, before possibly we break, to sample some of the messages you are getting online, and continue writing to us. Continue writing to us. We will be glad to sample messages you are getting. So Claire Chege following from Gatundu, Ribate. Wow, this Claire. Joseph Hunt following so keenly from LGC Gatundu. Shout to my lovely Pastor Wamae. Wow. Excellent. Sydney Jao, God bless you. Esther Kingori, thank you Esther, and say hi to my friend Kingori of Vest Motors, Kiambu Road, Thindegwa. Very interesting show. We need more men who are newsmakers, not noisemakers. Well done, gentlemen. Thank you, Esther. Kriya Chege, find your passion. We'll continue sampling these messages and continue writing to another man. Let men know something good is happening right here on Elevate. You may never know what you have done to that man. Maybe he is going through that desperate moment. And desperate moments cause for desperate measures. That's why we are here tonight. See you after this break.
Every man of God must remain focused in the ministry.
A pastor needs prayer, care, love, and encouragement.
You have to have a mentor, someone you can be able to obey, to love, to submit to.
What these pastors and leaders should do to create the right culture.
The most powerful thing a pastor can do to his people is teach them.
Being accountable to an authority is not weakness, it's strength.
On Encourage a Pastor, we share real and authentic conversations that intend to give solutions to a pastor.
If there's a minister out there are character issues, don't push. Don't keep on ministering. You won't be fruitful.
In the body of Christ, certain wives have given up because probably they feel they haven't gotten the right leadership from their own husbands.
We need to learn to know our husbands after the Spirit.
I'm telling you, don't quit.
Catch Encourage a Pastor every Saturday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Thank you and welcome back to Man Unveiled. We are having a great conversation right here, looking at what causes desperation in men. It goes without saying that there's a lot of desperation in the lives of men. You know, you have interacted with a man near you, a brother, a father, or a friend, and some of them are going through a very difficult moment. Our guests are here to help us on how do we go about this state, because a nation that has desperate men is a nation that is headed for a mountain. We must do what we must do. We must get our men from the trenches. We must lift our men, so that any society that doesn't empower its men is an endangered species. We must lift our men and help them become the men that they were created to be. I'm joined here by Pastor William Wamae, all the way from LGC Gatundu Town, Liberty. Wow, such a powerful house.
Praise God.
I'll visit there soon.
Yes, you should. You should do a men meeting before the year ends. Somebody.
Men conference. I have officially invited myself.
Yes.
For a men conference to Gatundu Town.
Yes, yes.
Gatundu Town, we are coming.
Praise God.
And Lovypaul, Muchui.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And welcome. We are continuing this conversation. I can see Rock Peter, thank you so much. Apostle Joe, you are a great blessing. All the way from Nakuru City. God bless you, sir. He says, I celebrate the great men in the show tonight. Enoch. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you, sir. You're also doing a good job. You are also doing a good job. I'm following what you're doing, sir. May the Lord bless you. And all of you who are watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, and those who are watching us live. I know if you are live, you may not be able to comment, but I know you are commenting in your heart, and you are writing to some other people to watch this show. Pastor Wamae.
Yes.
How do we tell that this man is going through a desperate moment? Because sometimes these men are our husbands, sometimes they're our brothers, and they may never come to us to tell us how desperate they are. How do we tell that truly this man is going through something?
Yeah, one of the signs that someone is actually going through desperation is becoming irritable.
Okay.
You see, like, they get offended by very petty things. It tells you that they are not okay. That getting offended is really out of intra-conflict, things that are happening within them. The other one is withdrawal. They just want to stay away, stay alone, don't want to talk. They just don't, they don't want to be disturbed, they want to be alone. And withdrawal is very dangerous because you are not able to tell what someone is thinking. Yeah, so, yeah, the other one is throwing tantrums. And someone is just...
Drama.
Yes, drama too. Like you can fight over...
A non-issue.
Yes, non-issues. Yeah, and even the other one is not having what I may call a stable state of mind.
Okay.
Yeah, mama nakwambia ukuje na chumvi, unakuja na sukari.
Oh my goodness.
If you see that today, tomorrow, the day after, it's a sign something is not right with this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely, of course, when you see some of those kind of behaviors, they tell you that something is not okay. That someone is definitely going through something. The other one is statements of hopelessness.
Okay.
Like me, I don't even know why I'm living. When you hear those kind of words, Jesus said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So those statements of hopelessness, they are telling you something. There's something that someone is going through, and you're going through those things. Like sometimes you feel like you are the only one, yet there are people who are going through even more tougher issues than you.
That's true.
Yeah, but Satan is a great preacher. If you give him space, he will preach to you.
Yes.
And he will tell you, Judas had a chance to repent. Yeah, but he was overwhelmed by the preaching from the enemy.
Wow.
You are good for nothing. You have crucified an innocent man. Bible says he just went and hanged himself. Peter denied Jesus also.
Yes.
But he became remorseful.
Yeah, that's
he went, and he accepted. The Bible says he wept desperately.
Yes.
And eventually, he ended up becoming a great apostle. Jesus gave the charge to him.
Wow.
Feed my sheep. Yet he denied him.
Once weak man.
Yes, he denied him not even once. Thrice. And he had been forewarned.
Now, speak to this man who is already feeling like he has given up, because there is a bogger point there.
Yes.
Please speak to him. Let him know that all is not lost.
Yes. Just like Apostle Joe is saying, all is not lost. And I want to encourage you. You who is feeling so down today, I promise you, if you pick yourself up, tomorrow you may become the greatest man in that city where you're living in. And I want you to know that you inspire so many people by just the life you live. If you can just pick up your pieces and do your thing and not give up. If you do not give up, I want to promise you tomorrow holds better experiences for you. Things will work for you. Just don't give up. I mean, there is a way where there seems to be no way. There is a way out of that debt. There is a way to make that marriage work. There is a way to make that business work. Just don't give in. Refuse to give in. Stand strong like a man. You know, Job was told by God at his lowest moment, stand up like a man and answer me. So even at your lowest moment, stand up like a man.
Wow. Stand up like a man. Hashtag.
Yes.
Stand up like a man. Lovypaul.
Yes.
I know you are very passionate about marriage.
Yes.
And there's a man watching us right now.
Yes, yes.
You know, when you hit, when the family is hit,
yes,
that's the lowest point for a man.
Exactly.
The lowest point for a man is when he loses his family. Maybe his wife leaves, regardless of whatever is happening.
Yes.
I want you to look at this camera.
True.
And give hope to that man.
Yes.
Whose marriage looks like it's not working.
Yes.
He feel like maybe he's even jobless.
Yes.
Or he has a marriage but he's not able to provide for his family.
Yes, true.
Is there hope?
Yes.
Speak to that man.
Thank you. Yes. I want to assure you there is hope. There is hope in everything when you yourself stand in for it. Like now, in marriage, if your marriage is not working, the best thing to do is not to walk away from it and go start another one. First of all, find out what is not working within this marriage. You will find that most of the marriage, they are not working because of very petty or very minor issues which can be addressed. Like one, communication. For a marriage to work, you have to dedicate communication.
Wow.
And communication, I always tell people, communication is not communication, but effective communication. And when you are communicating, try to understand whether your partner is getting what you mean. Because most men out there, and this is why marriages are failing, he is just communicating and he doesn't want or evaluate whether the partner is understanding.
Yes.
So you will find yourself, you are just saying things and probably the way they are received.
Monologue.
They are not received the way you intended. Now the recipient will interpret that message in a manner which the sender didn't encode.
Yes.
So therefore, effective communication. This partner is a friend. You married your friend. So by being friends, it's being so bare open. You can talk anything. You can speak your feelings out. You can say where the shoe is hurting, your expectation, your feeling. Be open.
Wow.
Talk to your partner. Come at a table. Then you will agree the way forward. Wow. And with that, you will heal your marriage.
Wow.
2, also understanding. Both of you came and found each other when you are already grown-ups. Each and every person has their own value which they are bringing to the marriage. Let us sit down, let us talk, let us understand. This is me, this is what I do, and this is what I expect in this. And with that, you'll find there will be retro corrosion in this marriage, and eventually marriages will heal.
Wow.
marriages will
And this man whose wife left some few days ago, and before he left, before she left, she called this man some few domestic animals.
Yes.
And the man already feel like he is those domestic animals. Say something to this man. Just say something to this man.
Well, you know, it is nature for every person at a time to feel praised. And at a time you may utter words which are not welcoming. So if this woman has already left, just take a little time, reflect on the whole thing. Could I be the cause? Could she be the cause? Where did we go wrong? And eventually, because both of you, you are grown up and mature, you can sit down, articulate issues. This is how we did. This is how. This is where I was hurt, and then way forward, you can discuss and agree. From now on, this is the way we will go.
And you take responsibility.
Yes, take responsibility. It is not so hard for a man to say sorry. Sorry can mean a lot in that marriage.
Wow. Powerful. Powerful. I think we are healing marriages here, we are healing lives. And they say that if life knocks you down, make sure that you land on your back. Because if you can look up, then you can get up.
Wow.
Pastor Wamae.
Yes.
You are giving us some signs.
Yes.
Of a desperate man. And I know you have mentioned withdrawal, you have mentioned tantrums, you know. What else, what causes this desperation?
Yeah, just like I began saying, sometimes is trying to seek solutions that are not coming. Sometimes you just beaten by life. You're trying to make things work and they're not working. So you reach that place where you feel like, I can't take it anymore. Sometimes it's being overwhelmed by burdens.
Yes.
Like I mentioned, the issue of debt is a big issue. You have a debt here, debt there, you have borrowed here and borrowed there, you know, until you've changed routes because you have a debt in that shop and another one in that hardware. So, and you know, the more the situation stays and you're not getting a solution to it, you become more desperate.
Wow.
What I would want to say is, even in that very low moment, there are always solutions. You know, the prodigal son.
And we are coming to the solution.
Yes.
Maybe before we come to the solution, I have just remember something that you have mentioned. It's good I hit on it.
Yes, true.
About understanding. There are so many men who are desperate out there because they feel misunderstood.
Yes.
Maybe he used to do very well.
Yes.
At some point he lost his job.
Yes.
Or his business went down.
Yes.
And he feel like because he no longer provides.
Yes.
Because he's no longer able to do this and that.
Yes.
He feels like this is the end of my life.
Yes.
And we know we are living in a very realistic world.
Yes.
That if a man is not able to pay rent, you know, the agents nowadays, you don't deal with the landlord. You deal with the agent. And sometimes the agent is not very understanding. Because he's also under pressure to pay the loan. So I want to come to you before we go to the solutions. Is there any other cause or sign, maybe, that will tell you that this is a man who is going through desperation?
Yes. Every time from your circle of friends, if you look so well, you will be able to identify. According to even the conversation which you usually have as friends, you will find probably one of your friend is withdrawing so much. And every time you try to reach out to him, he will just put you off, I'm okay. That tells you he's not okay. So as a good friend, you need to reach out.
What if he's not opening up? How
do no, before maybe I talk about opening up, the other one that I also think is a sign is abnormal behavior.
Okay.
Like someone drinks, but nowadays they are drinking every day.
Yes.
You know, just abnormal behavior. Like someone comes home at 7, they are usually at home by 7, 7:30 or 8. Kama amechelewa. Nowadays, they're coming home at 10. You know, someone wakes up at 4 a.m. Nowadays, they're waking up at 6 or 7. Just to see some abnormalities. Those abnormalities should be warning signs that something is not okay. Even if someone is not opening up. Especially when they have that behavior and they're withdrawing. Yes.
Can we also talk about overeating or undereating?
Yes.
Yes. It may cause.
Yeah?
Yes, it may cause. When you look at a person and you know, huyu akikunywa chai kikombe moja, he is okay.
Yes.
And then he is taking 3-4.
Yes.
Then there's a trigger. There's a trigger. There's a sign. He is not okay.
So if you are already watching us and your man has been taking 1 cup of tea and of late he is taking 3-4 and in fact anakuambia uongezee majani. Maybe he is sending a statement that is not okay. You know, or he's undereating.
Yes.
You bring food there and he just, you know, he just do something ceremonial. Pick some few things, then he tells you he's okay. That's a sign.
And you know he's eating nowhere else.
Thank you. And you know he's, because there are some who have a tendency of passing by various places before they come to the house. Please, let us not ignore these signs. You might just save your man. You might just save your brother or a friend. We want to look to the solutions. What's the way forward?
Yeah. I think you mentioned something about communication.
Yes.
And even when there are conflicts in communication, although that's based on what he said, one of the things that is very helpful is something that I call the principle of fast response.
Okay.
Like when someone tells you something, you know you want to understand them more, and you want to respond to them in a manner that cools them down, not provokes them more.
Yes.
But just to talk about the solutions, I think number one is get someone to talk to. Just gather courage enough to open up and say, I'm going through a situation. They may not necessarily give you solutions, but a problem shared is a problem half solved.
Yes, that's true.
By just talking. Just say, I'm going through this situation, pray with me, stand with me. You know, just, he may give you, you know, a shoulder to lean on during that. Number two is I think you need to identify what exactly is bedeviling you. What is it that I'm going through? What is my problem? Is it finances? Is it my marriage? Is it my business? Is it my company? Am I having problems at work? Is it health issues? Whatever. Identify what your problem is. Then number three, take a pen and a paper. List down all manner of solutions. And I can tell you, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. I can talk to so and so. I can get money from here. You know, write down as many solutions as possible.
You think about your own solutions.
Think about how to come out of it. And I can, even without anyone telling you, you are your own solution.
Wow.
You can get a solution of your problems when you sit down and think. Meditation has power.
Even one of them is not committing suicide, of course.
No.
Yes.
No, that's not a solution. That's not a solution. That's being weak.
Yes.
It's not being strong. Yeah.
Right.
So list down possible solutions to get out. You'll be shocked at how you yourself will come up with solutions of getting out of your problem.
Wow.
Then number four, come up with a plan. Now, I think I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So come up with a plan of how you can do it. And finally execute it.
Wow.
Hit the road and do it.
You are making it look so easy.
Yeah, but
everything easy.
Everything is difficult as long as you've not started.
Exactly.
As long as you take a step, I mean, the rest will just flow. Yeah.
Wow, Lovypaul, something you can add on that. Solutions. The way forward.
Yeah. And especially in marriages. In marriage, there are so many ways you can heal that marriage. As a couple, you can enroll for a couple seminar.
Yes.
Out of these seminars, you will learn a lot.
Wow.
You will learn a lot how to handle each other, how to relate, and eventually your marriage will stabilize. You will start understanding well your partner, how he wants things to be done,
Yes.
how he wants to be talked to. Yeah, and eventually your marriage will stand.
Yes.
The second thing you can do to heal that marriage, from the onset, from the biblical principles,
Yes.
we are told that two can never go together unless they agree. So both of you, as much as I may come in as a therapist, I will show you how you can do it. But at the end of it all,
It's about you.
it is about the two of you. You have to agree. Yes, the rain did beat us here. Next time, let us not go on that route. Let us do this. It is upon you. And thirdly, it is all about committing your marriage to God.
Wow.
Marriages which are based on godly values, they stand.
Wow.
So you man who you are watching me this evening, at a time we tend to leave this to our wives. It's them to seek advice from others to come and implement them in this marriage also. Let us take responsibility to work for our marriage. At the end of it all, we have been born readers to read in every aspect of life. In marriage, in society, we are expected, in church, everywhere. So even in our marriage, let us stand and lead them.
How can a man lead and
Yes.
he's jobless? How can he still maintain, even in marriage,
Yes.
how can he still maintain his place and he's not able to provide?
Yes.
He has no job? Or even the wife is earning more. The wife is more empowered than him.
Yes.
How can he maintain that place, even when he's at that state?
As I said, out of communication. You know, these are two good friends.
Yes.
Who came in an union. So out of that communication, are you open to your spouse? We start from there.
No, some ladies are saying, they are
Yes.
watching,
Yeah.
they are watching me, they are saying, he keep promising. his promises don't materialize.
but at the end of it all,
So that a promise cannot pay house rent.
yes, let me encourage you. If he keeps on promising, he
Yes.
will do. You keep on encouraging him.
Wow.
Yes, you can do it. You can do it. Do the much you can, and with that, it will help him, even for him, to have the courage to do exactly what he's promising. But if at the end of it all, as you are criticizing every now and then, you are good for nothing, you are
You are
killing.
not like other men.
Yes, you are chasing that man.
I
away.
don't even know how I got married to you. I don't know which confusion
Yes.
hit me. All those manner of things.
Try to bring him closer to you.
Wow, wow.
Try to understand him, and try to encourage him, lift him up.
Wow.
Eventually, he will be able
You are
to
saying
stand.
that man needs support.
That man needs support.
Please speak to a lady watching us right now,
Yes.
and a mother who feel like my son is good for nothing. Others are driving big machines here.
Yes.
Here na Gushago hapa na motorbike. Speak to that woman there. Let them know that even these men need support.
For men, every man out there, every man out there is under pressure, and so much pressure from all angles. And this is what I'm really advocating, that a man needs to be understood. Let us support this man. Let us try to reason with him. Let us try to see how well we can bring up this man. Because from our childhood, if you can remember, the way a girl was treated, it's not the way the boy was treated.
Yes, yes.
Eventually, when this boy grew up, knowing that even the society itself, it's kind of repairing me, the man keep being hurt, keep being walking away. And therefore, even if this man enters in a marriage, he will still feel as if this is not my place.
Wow.
But the society need me to do this to be in a marriage setup. So he will eventually get in a marriage, but he will not have the authority.
He will not own or
He
take
won't.
his place.
Yeah, he won't take that that place. But now, because you have a good partner, you have a friend, if you work together, if you get support, if this man gets support, men do wonders.
Wow.
Men do wonders.
Wow.
They can be able even to stand and walk and even support them who did support them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I just add a little bit?
It's okay. Okay.
There is it's improper, and I say this to our sisters, to judge the value of a man based on what he places on the table. Simon Bevy in his course, Man Enough, he gives 5 roles of a man. One of it is being present.
Yes.
Like just the man being there is enough blessing to a lady. The fact that he's there.
Yes.
When he's not there is when you realize that his being there had value for you.
Okay.
There are men who can't come there because there is an owner there. There is a man in that home. There are people who respect you because you are married to somebody. So his being present has value for you, even when he has not bought anything. Number 2 is his being a priest. He's the person leading the family on spiritual matters. Number 3 is being a prophet. Like you prophesy to your children, you prophesy. You know, women become what we call them.
Okay.
Yes, you tell her you are good for nothing, you will see good for nothing multiplied. So, you know, so being a prophet. Number 4 is being a protector. Just providing that the fact that there is that aroma of security.
Yes.
And finally is provision. So, I mean, there are other values. It's not just, yeah. And so even when a man has not brought anything on the table, he has value.
Yes. There's still something else he's doing.
He has value.
Wow.
And he should be counted that valuable. Yes. And so we need to encourage the men to feel important.
Wow. They say that even a weak leader, if supported, can succeed.
Yes.
If you can support that man, ladies, listen to me. In every man there is a mine. What you get out of that mine is dependent on how deep you are willing to dig. If you see him good for nothing, yours truly he shall be. If you see hope and future in him, please dig it out. You have the machinery, you have everything that it takes to get the best out of that man. I want you to say your last words.
Yes.
Look at that camera and give that man hope as he goes to bed tonight.
Yes.
As he wakes up tomorrow, it will be Thursday.
Yes.
Let him have the hope that things will be okay.
Good.
Yes.
And
tell us where we can find you.
It's all
just in case.
Thank you. From the biblical aspect of it, we are told that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. So despite the condition which you are in at the moment, kindly remember you are a God work plan. Therefore, don't just sit down and say, I have nothing, there's nothing to do. Work on yourself, and as you work on yourself, everything will put itself in place. I want to encourage you. Just reflect on yourself. Reflect on your values. Stand for who you are. Try to identify yourself as a man, the role which you have, and the greatness within you. If you need counseling, go for counseling. If it's peer pressure, try to walk out of that cocoon. And eventually, you will try to find yourself within. Try to find the passion you have, and with that passion, run with it. Run with it. I'm Lovypaul. You can find me at Facebook at Lovypaul, at WhatsApp, and our offices are at Vika Equity Plaza, That's where you can find us. You can come, let's talk. Come, let's try to reason. Come, let's try to help each other. Where we say, rekindle, rebuild, renew.
Wow. Thank you, sir. Pastor Wamae,
Yeah.
how do we find you?
Yeah, you can find me in Redeemed Gospel Church, Gatundu town. You come to Gatundu town right after the hospital, after the low courts, we're just about 200 meters from there. You'll find us there. But I'm also on Facebook. You can find me at William Nyoro. I am also on X. You can find me there. William Nyoro. You can also find me on Instagram, Pasinyoro. Yes.
Wow, and God bless you so much. I'm your host, Joe Wisdom. I must appreciate all of you who are watching us tonight. Thank you, Dawson Musaizi, all the way from Uganda. God bless you, sir. Rock Peter, thank you. Paul Gathi, God bless you from Gatundu. Zamzam and Anwa Mashira, God bless you. And all of you who are watching us even online and on YouTube. Until next Wednesday, please keep it rocked. Let every man know that something great is happening. My appreciation goes to Apostle David Juma. God bless you, sir, for this great work. Good night. Enjoy your moments.